Sarah Creal is one of the biggest names in the makeup industry that until recently you might not have known. She is a huge name behind Victoria Beckham Beauty. She started the makeup brand with Victoria Beckham. She is a name behind Prada and Tom Ford. And at 54 years old, proving it's never too late, she launched her own namesake brand of beauty. She has aimed it at a 40 plus, but I don't know why it has to just be 40 plus. And when it first came out, I stepped back and watched, as I often do with new brands. There's been, I mean, for instance, Rare Beauty, I didn't even buy any of their launches for the first 2 launches because I thought, oh, it's Selena Gomez, it's a celebrity line. Do I want, you know, so I will often do that with new brands. And you guys loved Sarah Creal's beauty. We certainly love what she's done in the past. It's not like her resume isn't amazing. And you guys said, try it, try it, try it. And I finally went, all right, next release, I will. And sure enough, she came out with a new release. Today's highlighter is what it's called. So I figured, okay, I'm not going to just get the highlighter. I got to see if I like it all. So today on Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca, we are going to be doing a full face, literally a full face of just Sarah Creal makeup. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm a fashion and beauty editor who has worked in print with some of the biggest names in the industry. So I have brought Not Fit for Print Beauty right here to YouTube so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so. And I thought it was high time. I wasn't going to just get the highlighter. I got it all. But let me tell you, I'm surprised that I've got both my arms here because it cost me an arm and a leg. I went into the Sephora to buy all these and just kind of kept plopping the things in my cart. And when I got up to, I hadn't done the math. You could tell I'm an English major, not a math major. I got up to the counter. I was a little shocked. Definitely luxury, but I thought, okay, literally in for a penny, in for a pound. And here we are. And I'm glad I did. I will do a little bit of a spoiler alert. This seems to be very, very pretty makeup. It just stood back from afar. I think what kept me at bay at first was that it was targeted to mature skin, and I don't know why I'm always like, I resemble that remark. I don't like it, but I wanted to give it a fighting chance, and I'm very pleasantly surprised because, as you can see, I've already done the demo. So we got all sorts of things here. Now, Sarah Creal makes other skincare and items, and I really just tried to get the kind of cosmetic color items because it's nice on camera and I wanted to try it. But we picked up 6 items: the Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer, the Just Like Paradise Sculpting Cream Bronzer, that new Today's Highlighter, the Back of the Cab Tubing Mascara, the Adults Are Talking Serum Lip Repair, and the Speak for Yourself lipstick. So we're going to look at, yeah, I got a whole, literally a whole face. We're going to also double use the lipstick as a cheek shade as well. So let's go ahead and go right to the demo. Let's do a full face, including the new product of Sarah Creal makeup. Join me. Okay, 6 Sarah Creal products that we're going to make a full face of. Keep in mind that the only thing truly new, if you're just out for the new, is the Today's Highlighter shade that I have here. But to me, this is all new, and to some of you, maybe as well. Though I guess Sarah Creal really isn't new. I've been using all the makeup lines that she helped on, right? I love Prada. Okay, so let's start with our Face Flex 3.0 is my shade. Concealer and Complexion Enhancer. I'm going to use this as a concealer slash foundation. So I'm going to put a lot of it on. As many of you know, I am working purely with, right now, Guerlain Skincare. And it has really made my skin look pretty good. I think I'm a little tired today, so that's not Guerlain's fault. That's my sleep pattern's fault. So I've been wearing just a lot of kind of concealer and nothing else. So this suits it, but I'll put a lot of it on. Let me just put it on one side of the face first. Now this is, as I said, shade 3.0. It looks like I did okay, but we'll see. I like the consistency. Very smooth, very nice. Let's just do one side of the face first. I have a lot of kind of discoloration and stuff, to be honest with you. So I'm putting more on than I would if I were using a foundation. Kind of using this as a little bit of both. There's no weird smell. I really like that. So far so good. I have some Chantecaille brushes here. If you have a blemish, it's nice to let a concealer sit on it for a minute. And I tend to do that everywhere. You really don't have to, because to be honest with you, if you're just kind of covering discoloration, it doesn't really matter, but I figure it can't hurt. Okay, it's nice medium feel to it, but full coverage, which, you know, I need because I'm just using this. And there are, of course, other items in the line, and I just kind of chose the cosmetic items rather than skincare and such, but there's more to try from this brand. So perhaps I'm not doing it justice. I did do my eyebrows, so I'm being careful of that. I have a little bit of eyeliner on, but we have Sarah Creal's mascara here. All right, so that's just using the little, which brush is this? This is the foundation and mask brush from Chantecaille. Okay. What do you think? I have my skincare on from the morning, and I just kind of covered up the blemishes. All right, I will do the other side now, and I'll speed it up so it's not terribly boring. Let's go. Okay, this feels really nice. Doesn't feel like it needs to be powdered or anything like that. Looking good on my deep, dark pits of despair. My darkness in the corners of my eye, which some of you guys said that the Guerlain eye cream is helping me with. So I'll put all that in the description bar. I think it is too, actually. Looks pretty good. I think I did fine on the color choice. I honestly, I could do always like 3 different concealer shades. A little more important when you're not putting foundation over or under it, to be honest, but I think that works just fine. We're going to bronze it up and such, so I think that works. Nice, impressive, the creamy consistency. Like I said, a medium feel, but a full coverage without it caking. I always tend to compare concealers to other concealers. I think that's the best way to do it. This is $58, by the way, I didn't say. $58. I feel like this is a little bit like the creamier version of the Tarte Shape Tape. Not the original, not the second one they did, which were really thick and caked a little bit, but this is a little bit like that creamier version of it, and I think it's actually quite nice. And hey, it's $58, so it should be. Okay, so that's it. That's like a complexion pretty much done. So let's get into some of the colors and stuff here. We have our Sculpting Cream Bronzer. This, by the way, not only did I forget to say that it's $58, it does come in 10 shades. So, you know, they're a bit stretchy. Okay, so the bronzer comes in 3 shades, and I got shade 2.0, $50. It's looking a little dark here. You know, I'm gonna sheer it out. It's kind of red, isn't it? Yeah, it's got a little bit. That's really warm. Let me know if you're aware of the other shades and if they're quite as warm. Let's see. Got my Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer brush, which I like to cover all the little bristles in. This is my favorite bronzing brush. Chanel has a great one. I like them to be a little bit fluffy and kind of domed, and take off a little bit there because I'm afraid this is a little dark and a little red. Okay. Okay, now that I've got most of the product off, I don't want to look like I have a beard, but I really covered it. A little goes a long way, which is good because, you know, it's not cheap, 50 bucks. Really, really spreads quite nicely. You're going to see it right here because you saw me without it. So it's going to look like I have, I'm really kind of surprised. It's going to look like I have a red-brown stripe, if I'm going to finish my sentence there. I'm surprised at how red it goes. I don't mind it, but I am surprised. It's like brick red. That'd be really nice. There's a lot of complexions that would love that kind of redness to it, maybe a medium complexion. I might have just gone a little bit too deep, but I tried to use it sparingly. From what I can see from my small mirror here and the viewfinder, it's looking okay. So if you are not new to the brand, this is the product that might be new to you. Comes in 3 shades. $55. This stuff is not cheap. This is the shade This Just In. It's today's highlighter. I brought over a little Merit brush. Let's go ahead and use it. Let me first show you what it looks like. There's that bronzer. No glitter. We wouldn't expect that. Just a really nice shine. Very pretty texture too. As all of you told me, you really like the texture in her products. I'm overdoing it just a bit. Now, there's no blush that I saw. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Not on Sephora, anyway. I haven't been on the Sarah Creal website. Maybe there is. I am new to the brand. But I'll use a little bit of the lipstick I have, I thought. And putting on the concealer, I made my eyeliner run a bit. But I like that. I don't mind that look, to be honest with you. And I'm even going to take a Refer number 1 brush and go in there and just kind of put this on the inner corner of the eye just to give it a little bit of light. It's not sparkly. It's just kind of glowy and pretty. Very nice. Okay. Now we have our back of the cab tubing mascara. I need another mascara like I need several holes in the head, but tubing always has my interest because they're so easy to use and so easy to get off. I interchangeably grab eyelash curlers. This time I grabbed the BK Beauty, and I'll just use it really quickly. I also tell you guys all the time, I really love the Refer eyelash curler, and I love the Surratt eyelash curler, the Reveille. But this BK Beauty one I've been grabbing a lot lately too. And honestly, I just grab them interchangeably. Okay. There is an art to curling the lashes, but do as I say, not as I do. I just did that really quickly. Interesting case here for this back of the cab tubing mascara, $40. Very pretty. Let's see. Nice the fact that none of these products have any sort of weird scent to them. That just smells like a mascara. Okay. Only thing is, if you want this to stand up, it's not going to, and that's a little weird, but whatever. Okay. Got a nice brush here. It looks like a tubing mascara brush. Very nice. Feels like a typical tubing mascara in that they provide a lot of length and not as much volume. The original Tarte tubing mascara that they came out with, a year or two ago, actually had volume as well. But that's fairly rare for a tubing mascara. They're generally, a lot of people like them for the lower lashes because they're just kind of deposit and lengthen and don't really goop up. Of course, because tubing puts a ribbon of color around, that's pretty nice, huh? Around the lashes rather than like building color. So that's probably why they're generally lengthening and not volumizing generally. But there we go, without. I can't help but laugh. It's kind of a funny, serious stare. All right, and now we'll do the other side. The one thing I will take time on my own is to do my lashes, and I don't here on camera. Like I said, I don't know if it's some sort of weird mascara performance anxiety or what. A perfectly pretty, perfectly usable tubing mascara. A very presentable one. Feels kind of akin to me, if I had to compare it, to maybe Thrive. A lot of people like Thrive. Thrive doesn't get a lot of credit for a lot of things they do, but people do love their tubing mascaras. This one seems comparable. Okay, looking a little bit better here. I need some color on my cheeks, and we only have lip products left. So we're going to actually employ that for the cheeks a little bit too. So we have 2 lip products. We have the Adults Are Talking Serum Lip, and I got it in the shade Thriving. This is $42 and comes in 5 shades. And then we have the Speak for Yourself lipstick, comes in 10 shades, $50. Woo! And I got it in Pay Equity. Why did I get such a deep dark shade for the lipstick? Because I really feel that when you have something like a lipstick, if you want to know how it's going to really perform, get a darker shade. That's where mistakes are made, right? So here's that darker shade Pay Equity lipstick. It's kind of a purple berry shade. And then here's that here's that The Adults Are Talking, the Serum Lip. That's more like just a balm. That's really pretty. Let me put that on. All right, so there is. That's a little bit pale for me. I wish I'd gotten a different shade in the Adults Are Talking Serum Lip. It does come in 5 shades. It's a little bit pale, but if I put a liner on with it, I think it would be super pretty. And it doesn't matter because we are going to try on the Pay Equity in the Speak for Yourself. First thing I'm going to do with our Pay Equity is I'm going to re-employ this Merit number 1 blush, and I'm going to put this just on the cheeks. Now, for many of you, I should have put that onto the brush first. A lot of people don't like cheek to lip and all that. I don't share my makeup, and like to think I'm clean and don't have cooties. Do kids still use, anyone have young kids out there? Is cooties still a word? I doubt it. When in doubt, use a lipstick as a blush. So we went ahead and employed that. It is not a blush, but it's spread on beautifully like a blush. And I could even, if I wanted to, go in, back in with my Merit number 1 and just put a little bit of it even on the eyes, just to kind of make the eyes have a little bit of a shade to them. Some of you might not like that. But this is kind of in a pinch makeup, and this is very pretty makeup. I am definitely impressed. And I know you guys are out there going, we told you, and you didn't, and we told you. It's true. That's pretty, isn't it? Okay, over the base of this, let's see how this deeper shade does on the lips. Ooh, nice. Ah, on the teeth. Oh, really on the teeth. Really on the teeth. You know what I'm going to do? I feel that because we put it over the serum lip, it's probably not fair. It's really comfy. Let me take off both. I'll be right back. Let's give it a chance just on bare lips. Don't you think? Okay, I realized I was almost accidentally a bit lazy. I really try, you guys know this, to not put products over other products and such, or combine it with products where you might not be doing that at home because it doesn't give you a true test. So I'm doing that. I'm starting to feel guilty, you know. So bare lips, nothing on them now. Let's go ahead from scratch. Oh yeah, a different feel, but it's nice. I know it's leaking there. Leaking, you know what I mean? I didn't put it on nicely. Brought a rougher number 2 over. Remember, if you're new here, I tend to use eye brushes, like pencil eye brushes, as lip brushes. I don't like traditional lip brushes. Really nice. See, not getting it on the teeth like I was. I was like, oh, I think putting the other under is making it slip around too much. And I was right. Wanted to settle into lines just a tad. A little bit of work with the brush helped that tremendously. And now that I have the first layer on, the second layer should go on even nicer. So let's try it. Oh, that's super comfortable and really nice. Okay, so what are my thoughts? My thoughts are very pricey, like Westman Atelier prices. But, you know, Sarah Creal feels her resume merits that. And I can't say I disagree with her. Very luxury. But really nice performance. Like, my issue with, I compared it to Westman Atelier, and my issue with Westman Atelier is sometimes Westman Atelier is downright pretentious packaging with I don't think as much of a payoff. Like those iPods, I actually truly dislike, certainly for the price. With this, I think the packaging is nice, but much more accessible. It's not pretentious. And I think that the performance is lovely. I like that there's not a lot to choose from. I like that. I don't mind that it's geared towards mature skin, but I mean, I would see this as something I would use on my 21-year-old's face as well. And I don't see why it has to be just exclusively mature skin. But many of you would say, don't 20-somethings own the world? Why can't we have something 40 plus? And maybe very well might be true, actually. I'm not going to disagree with you. This lipstick is extremely comfortable. I don't love the shade I picked in the Serum Lip Repair. That's not the brand's fault. That's my fault. And a lip liner would make it nice. The tubing mascara, it seems like a very typical tubing mascara, but nothing wrong with that. They're quite nice. And the highlighter and bronzer are super nice. I was very surprised by the redness of that shade that I got, the 2.0, in the Sculpting Cream Bronzer, but I'm not mad at it. I think it looks very pretty. And I'll have to look at the other shades too and see what they look like. And that concealer was creamy and dreamy and lovely. It's just a very high-priced brand. But at those prices, it better perform well, and it does does seem certainly that it has. I mean, even with all of these cream products, including borrowing the lipstick for the cheeks, there's no pores showing. I feel really good about it. I'm not a big powderer, but if you are, it would take powder beautifully. You know, setting powder. No complaints. Just some of you are going to say you don't like the price. And that's, of course, your prerogative to say that. It's definitely in the luxury category. But super pretty, and I guess now I'm down the rabbit hole. I'll be following all the new releases now that we tried this out. Tell me what your thoughts are, what you've tried from the brand and what you haven't, and your thoughts on the bronzer. I mean, it's a bronzer. It's supposed to be warm anyway, right? All right, well, let me know what you think. And it's not just what I say. I really care about what you guys say. So tell me and share and like, and of course, subscribe. Check me out over on Instagram and TikTok. Check out our Facebook page. We'd love to see you there. And we'd love to see you here on YouTube at our memberships. We have lives every week. All that good stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.